What's up, everyone? Jason Guyman here, and tonight I'm going to talk about different ways to get business. And whether you're just starting, whether you have been in this business for a while, I've got some interesting facts here that just I found here recently. And tonight I'm going to talk about different ways to get business. It doesn't matter if we're talking about Christmas lights, it will mostly be geared toward Christmas lights, but this stuff can also be for pressure washing. So if you're watching this, this can be also for pressure washing. And so I'm going to give you 5, probably 6 ways, different ways to get business and the things that you need to do to optimize your business, the things that you need to optimize for your pressure washing Christmas light business. And so that is what I'm going to hit on. It will probably, if I say Christmas lights a lot, just put the word pressure washing in there and you will get the same outcome, because marketing is marketing. It doesn't matter if we market which way we do it. It's all about marketing, because marketing is the key of growing your pressure washing business. And so with that, actually, I'm going to see if I can share this out to one more place, because if you want to share this out, it would definitely help me out. If you want to share it in any groups that you might know of, it would definitely help me out. And you can help a friend out that may need help learning how to grow their business so that they are not struggling. So, with that said, my book of the week this week is definitely a book that I have recommended in the past. It is one that I truly believe that you should read this several times a year. Because as we grow our business, I know a lot of times we don't believe this, but it really does come down to mindset. And this book is all about the mindset type of things and how you think and how you believe and how you do things. And mindset, as I sit here and I see people, I was on a phone call today with one of my people that I help out a lot, and I was talking with them, and they're like, well, you just these other people, and I'm like, the mindset of making sure that you answer the phone is a mindset that you need to have, right? It's not something that it is like, oh, this is how I'm going to, there is no secret sauce. Everybody wants the secret sauce of growing a business. And in reality, it's being consistent, relentless, and prolific, right? That's what reality is being prolific. And so if you're prolific, you're relentless and consistent, you should read this book once or twice a year of Think and Grow Rich, because this book will help you in your mindset of start believing that you are awesome and you can do things. And so that is the book of the week. Again, I know I use that book a lot, but I do believe it is a great book that you should be reading to help you grow your business, because in the end, it is all about mindset. And mindset is definitely the number one thing that I believe that holds people back, is what I believe. So this weekend we had an amazing class. I know for the pressure washing side, I wasn't on the live because I was wore out. We had 3 amazing, great days. It went long on all 3 days, except pressure washing went pretty quick. And so it was a great weekend. I got to meet a lot of awesome people. There was like 16, 17 people there. And so it was great to teach the people. We got to go out on the house. Originally, we didn't know if it was supposed to storm, and it stormed, and then it passed. So we still ended up getting to go out and do the hands-on portion of the class also, which makes it really good. And it was just a great class. Everybody was into it and learning. And so it was awesome to see all of you guys that showed up. And it was great to see people learning. And so, as I know people do or have been come to my class, it's always great to see you on here, because I've seen you probably in my class, some of you. So it is pretty awesome. And so we see who we got here before we get started. We got Alex Lopez. Let's go. Is there any virtual classes? And I do have at christmaslights.io. I do have online courses there. I've been adding to it here recently. Even just today, I've added some more videos. I'm planning on adding more to it. It's enough to get you going, but it is definitely something that I do have, the online courses. Big George Yost, big time in the house. He actually was at one of our classes. Let's go. Excited about starting Christmas lights this year. I'm excited about Christmas lights. Christmas lights is definitely one of my favorite things. We got Gabe in the house. He's been to a class before. We got Sean. He's been to a class. Hope is everything one is doing great. And so today, as we get started here talking about marketing, because marketing is the most important thing. Even in the slow times, we need to do marketing. And I'm going to give you a story here later on about why it's important to make sure we do marketing even in the slow times. A lot of times we don't optimize things. We don't do the things we need to do to make sure that our business still runs even in the slow times. And so the things I'm going to talk about are things that rather you set them up a long time ago or you set them up and forgot about them. And so that's the first thing we're going to talk about is what you need to do to make sure that you are still growing your business. And so the very first 30 days until we start, which is awesome, Sam yells, I'll have to come up and see you all and ride along again. I love going to see Sam. Sam is one. I love watching his channel. If you don't watch Sam on TikTok and Facebook and everywhere, you should, because he will energize you and he will make you want to run through walls, because that's the mentality. He has the think and grow rich. He has the mentality of a killer. And so if you haven't followed Sam, you should, because he definitely gives lots of value and makes you be happy at what you're doing. And his laugh is iconic. And so if nothing else, you got to go listen to him laugh. And he needs to come on here on Wednesday night, either here shortly. Just got the book. Thanks, Jason. Joseph, what's up, Jason? Bearded Softwash in the house. Mr. David's in the house. Make sure to hit the thumbs up. I agree. Thumbs up definitely helped me out also. So with that said, let's get this ball rolling. So the very first thing we need to really work on, and I'm actually going to share my screen so it's just not Jason talking here, so I can actually show you what I'm talking about, is we need to work on local SEO, search engine optimization. Now, what I am going to say is in the future, this is definitely something that we need to do, and it is definitely something that you need to be showing up in the maps, right? The maps are very important that you show up in this 3-pack right here. Now, if you want to, you can also, do the ads, which these are Google guarantee. But as a Christmas light installer, these are hard to get into because you have to be an electrician. So this is usually not normal that he has shown up above the ads, which is great for him. This helps him out a lot. This is literally number one. But again, I'm surprised it's not giving me some AI stuff here. So things are changing as we speak and as we move forward. So let's see here. So what are some things that we need to do? So let's see what are some things that he has done. And we're going to kind of just break things down here and see what we got going on here. I don't know what I got going on here. What we got going on in here of how things that we need to do to make our Google local search more likely to show up. And the first thing is we need to put pictures. And it's not just pictures of pretty houses. Yes, they do help us out, but we want to put pictures of and video of us working and our guys installing and maybe our vehicles are great to show, because now we're showing that, hey, this is a logo, this is our brand, and this is how we can start showing Google of our brand and different things. And so you really want about 100 pictures in here if you can. Again, you can see he's showing his guys, he's putting his signs out. And so these are all pictures. Yes, he's putting pictures of nice pictures of houses, which you should, but he's also putting videos of them installing. Now, one thing I would say, and this is on a side note, is if you're up on a roof, you probably should be harnessed off if you're going to take video of you. That is something that is just a little suggestion for you, but I would probably do that. Look at the airplane going over. That's actually pretty cool. But so that is the first thing. You want 100 pictures of you're putting your guys on here, of you are doing, good pictures of here and good pictures. And so that is the first thing that you want to do to help with your Google local service ads or Google My Business. The next thing you want to do is get reviews, right? Reviews are very, very important. Reviews are super duper important. And so I would highly suggest that if you haven't already, you can take a picture of this here and give me a review, and it would help me out. But you can get review cards to help giving reviews. And reviews are so important. You want to make sure that you incentivize your employees so that they will want to get more reviews. And so like I would do $10 gift cards for gas every time that someone would give me a review. And so, yeah, I might have gotten an idea off of you. And so that is something that you really need to do, is get a review. And here's the deal about this here. We're not just getting this card to hand to them and say, hey, will you give me a review when you're busy? Because as I do this in class, almost every time I do it, someone in class, I'll walk up to them and say, all right, scan it. And what happens when they scan it? They get you know what? I don't have a Gmail, or I don't remember my password. Well, if they don't remember their password to get into their Gmail to give you a review, they're probably not going to give you a review. So even if they don't give you a review that is for Google, guess what? We all carry around these $1,000 cameras that work amazing, and you can say, hey, will you give me a video review, right? And so we need to have a script so our employees will be able to not just try to get a review this way, but if they can't go that way, get a video review. And a video review is awesome too, because we can put it in Google and the Google videos there as a video. We can put it on our website. We can put it on our social media. We can put that everywhere too. And so these are great things that we can do, is by getting a review card. So reviews are important. You will find out that when you start getting reviews in certain areas, whether it's pressure washing or Christmas light, it doesn't matter, you will get more business in that area. It's just a guarantee that you will get more business in that area when you do this, whether it's for pressure washing or Christmas lights. It doesn't matter, because Google sees that, hey, they are a real business. They are here, and that is definitely something that you need to look at and get more reviews. The more reviews you get, the better off you're going to be at your Christmas light business. So that is definitely one thing that you want to think about when we are trying to get more reviews. Next thing is are you posting? Are you doing your Google post? Look, 6 days, he's posting some, but he's not posting as much as he could, right? He could be posting more, but he is posting at least once a week. You can post once a day, and this will help you out. So you can see that Santa's taking a break in the early bird pricing and talking about that. Book now. Now, when I click the link, it takes me to his website, right? And that's what I want to see you do too, is I wanted to see you to take it to the website. And so you can do different things on that when they are click more. Start the holidays. We got the blue, just we are doing posts and we're doing them regularly. We're not doing them once and saying, oh, I did that last year. No, we're going to do it every day. You can do it every day. And so these are things that you want to do to keep posting all year long. Look, June, he posted in May, he posted in March, he posted in February. And so you keep posting. So this will help you stay up there, and Google likes that when you do that. And then the only other thing I would say, if you don't have a Google business review, or if you don't have your Google business profile done, you do need some things before you do that. You need a website. You need to get your citations on LinkedIn and Facebook, and a Facebook page, and all these things. So that way Google's saying, hey, that is a real business, because it can be a real pain in the butt to get it can be a real pain in the butt to be able to get your Google not get suspended, because what'll happen is it will get suspended right off the get-go when that happens. So you will try to get it through, and you might go through, but then it will get suspended. And so the thing that you need to do is focus on your photos, focus on doing, and here's the thing, if you don't have photos, you can go, some other things that are some tips and tricks is go get entryways of those the subdivisions that you want to be in, or the town you want to be in. And those are other things that you can do that will help you grow your Christmas light or pressure washing business. Now, the next thing is one that is social media, right? Now, when I'm talking about social media, I'm not talking about you have a Facebook account and you look at all of the Christmas light groups and the pressure washing groups. That is not what's going to get you growing. Now, there was an influencer at the class, and he has an amazing Facebook. And so Facebook is awesome, and Facebook works really well. But here are some main keys that you need to know about Facebook. Facebook is one that, and it's Bobby Duncan. And one, if you have 5 friends, that's you, your mom, and your aunt, this isn't going to work. You have to max out your followers, right? This is something that you have to have you got to have lots of followers, because it's only going to go out to about 5 or 10%. And then it will go out more from that. But you can see on his homepage, he's got it all about his business. And so he's got his business here. And so these are the things that you need to do. And the thing about Facebook is you can't post once a day. You got to post 3-4 times a day. You got to do video. You got to do reels. You got to do short. Right? You're doing everything to feed the algorithm of Facebook. And Bobby does very well on Facebook. He makes most of his money off of Facebook, and he's doing very well for just being a forklift driver just 2 or 3 years ago. And so this is something that you got to do and post, right? So 8 minutes ago, he was live. He was on July 31st, he was live. He did another reel. He's got another reel. He's got a video of a customer talking about insurance. He's got talking about yard signs. He's got, right? So he posts 3, 4, 5 times a day. This is what you have to do to be able to make Facebook work. If you only post once a day, this is not going to work. And this goes now for LinkedIn. You have to only be basically doing 1 post a day. LinkedIn is another amazing tool for commercial side. So if you're trying to do commercial work, if I can spell, if you're trying to do commercial work, then you need to be doing LinkedIn. I put a message on over about on Benjamin Gregory, right? Benjamin Gregory does very well on LinkedIn. He has grown his business on LinkedIn. He has done very well. He has made a lot of money off of LinkedIn. And so LinkedIn is definitely something that if you want to grow a business, it needs to be done. Now, what I will say about LinkedIn is it's not about posting 3-4 times a day. It's about posting one time a day. And the big thing about LinkedIn is the secret behind LinkedIn is commenting. If you need to comment like 4 or 5 times a day on different people. So that is kind of the key for LinkedIn. So that's a way that you can use social media. Another way you can use social media is through the groups. You can do groups. So whatever, if you're in Westchester and Liberty Township groups, so you can talk about this in the groups, in the neighborhood groups, and these are a way that you can get business. Now, you don't want to go in here and spam these groups, and they're going to kick you out. Right? You got to go in here and talk about, hello, I'm looking for a photographer. So guess what? Recommend a photographer. Find a good photographer and recommend that photographer and network with that photographer. So that way, when somebody asks else, they'll recommend you. And that's the whole game behind the group thing. So groups work great. It's just a matter of you've got to work the groups. And so groups is one way that you can do different things. There's lots of different groups. There is some groups that work better than others. And so if you want to know what groups work better than others, you need to go to christmaslights.io/training and come to training, and you'll find out what groups work better, because I actually tell you which ones do there. This is social media is also about great pictures, right? Of you, your guys, videos of them, all of that kind of stuff will help you out tremendously through this. Back to the groups, finding strategic partnerships, right? Can you partner with a landscaper? Can you partner with a photographer? Can you partner with a plumber? Can you partner with other people and use their influence, use their contacts? Maybe you partner with some people and you come up together and you make a flyer and say, hey, if you really need your carpets cleaned, you should be using this guy. And if you really need this, you should be using this guy. So that way, when you do that for them, they will do the same for you. And so finding partnerships, finding people that don't want to do what you're doing is a great way. Maybe go find an electrician that's posting on the Google local service ads and say, hey, when you get these Christmas light calls, will you send them my way? Because what are they? They're getting Christmas light calls right now off of Google local service ads, and they're not doing Christmas lights. And so they're paying for these people for Christmas light ads, and you might have to pay for that lead, but at least that lead is going to help you versus not help you, right? And so that's the important part of, hey, you know what? I know you get Christmas light calls. And instead of denying those calls, I will give you how much ever it costs for every Christmas light lead you send my way. So that way you're not having to pay that cost of it. And so now you can use their license to do that. So actually, I just thought of that. So just sitting here thinking about that, I was like, you could literally, because some of these are bigger guys, but some of these are not bigger guys. And so like the smaller guys, you could even go out there and do the things that you could do with that. So yes, so just think about that of, hey, you can maybe call Mr. Sparky or 5-Star Home Service and say, hey, I know you're getting Christmas light calls. Can you either transfer them over to me or get their information, and I will give them a call and I will pay you whatever it is. Just a thought, thinking about that might have been a bad thing I just told out loud. I should have kept that one a secret. I don't keep secrets, because you know what? Most of you don't answer your daggone phone anyway. So answer your phone. Hey, Jason, need your help with the page. So I will, if I can set that up for you, but I will need you because you have your domain. I need your domain. I got to get into, it's got to be something that we put into the domain of yours. All right, so let's see. So partnerships. Partnerships can work really good. Partner up with landscaping, electricians, different ways of partnershiping up with people. So partnerships is definitely something that you can do. The next thing is community outreach, right? Charity, doing stuff for charity or for a charity organization. We always gave 1 to 2 houses away for either kids that had cancer or kids that had passed away. um, that sucks, but it definitely is a way that it can get your name out there and show people that you're helping this person. And then usually the good thing about it is you can get other people to help. And so when you get other people in the community to help and you bring all these people in the community to help, it's definitely something that will help you in the end. And then one other one is referrals, and I've actually got one more. Is referrals. Referrals is a great way to do it. Again, on my card, we got referrals also, right? Now, if you know what your average ticket is, don't just give something cheap away. Give something that's worth value, right? If you know your average ticket for Christmas lights is 2 grand, then I'm willing to give away $100 or something. And so that is definitely something that you could do to help out and do that. The giveaway houses are great training houses for your new installers. They go up in September. Yep. But they also, like we had one, he was going to pass away before Thanksgiving. And so they brought Christmas up before that. So we did it like right in the middle of busy season. We slowed everything else down and did it because it's worth it. So it is definitely something that as you are going your referrals are something that you have to really think about and do and ask for one person. Who do you have as one person that could use my services, right? So that is something that you can definitely do. Network BNI is a great thing. It does take a lot of work. You got to spend 90 minutes every week. You're not only allowed to miss so many, you have to do so many one-on-ones, and so it does work great. And it's back to partnerships of getting in there and finding the right people. And there is people that will either help you out in there or not help you out. And so it's finding groups that have the most people in it is definitely helpful for your BNI. And then last one is my favorite one. So my favorite one is one that I have one guy in my mentorship, and he likes to find the shiny syndrome. Like he's always trying to find something that else is going to work that don't have to take no work to do. And so the other day I told him, why don't you go buy a couple hundred yard signs and put them out? So he bought 300 yard signs. And he's like, I'm going to put them out in 1 month. Well, in 2 months, he got out 300 beautiful yard signs, right? We love our yard signs. And so for pressure washing, he put out 300 yard signs in 2 months, and it's brought him in over $18,000. Now, do yard signs work? Heck yes, they work. Do they work for pressure washing? Yep, it just brought him in $18,000. So 300 yard signs, $1,000 brought in $18,000. I would say that's a pretty good return on investment. I don't know if you all think it is, but I think that's a pretty good return on investment. I'll take that all day long. Put $1,000 in and get $18,000 back. I'll take that all day long. And so yard signs are definitely something that are amazing. And yes, they work for pressure washing. Yes, they even work better for Christmas lights. They usually stay out longer. And I've seen David Hamill's in here, and he puts out several thousand yard signs. Why does he put out several thousand yard signs? Because they work. They bring in a lot of money. And then guess what? You can get your 5-star review from them. Then you can get a referral from them. So a yard sign, even in Christmas lights. And I hear it sometimes of, oh, I don't want those cheap customers. Well, if you think $18,000 is all cheap customers, I promise you it wasn't that many customers. And then you might get the neighbors. And so that is the reason why I love yard signs. It doesn't matter what business you're in. You can be in pressure washing, you can be in Christmas lights, you can be in lawn care. The only thing I will tell you is if you do yard signs, you have to answer the phone. This week, I was talking to a good friend of mine, and he's trying to find a guy to mow his grass. He called 5 different people. You know how many people answered their phone? Not one person has answered their phone or returned the phone call. He asked the neighbor that was mowing grass over there, and he's like, "Man, we're too busy. We're covered up. We can't take no more." So you're telling me that you wouldn't at least give a bid of maybe raise your prices, and you wouldn't just try to do one more? You know, that I don't get. And I had one guy in mentorship this past week or 2 weeks ago. The lady was thanking him for answering her phone because he was the sixth person that she called, and he was the first one to answer the phone or get back with her. So if you're going to do all of this amazing marketing stuff, answer your phone. It is more important that you answer the phone than you finish that job or talk to somebody. It is more important to answer that phone than to do anything. If it's 8 o'clock at night and you need to answer the phone or have somebody answer that phone. If it's 7 o'clock in the morning, you need to answer that phone. If it's ringing and saying spam, you need to answer that phone. And I know it sucks. I know when you fill out your Google business profile, you'll get hundreds of spam calls, but you really need to answer your phone so that way you can keep growing your business. Because if you don't answer your phone, you are throwing money away. And I can't say it better than that. You are literally pissing it away because you won't answer the phone. And so if you're not answering the phone, you're losing business. And when you cry to Jason because you're not getting business, it's because you're not answering the phone. Or you need to go out there and keep putting those yard signs out. Yard signs do amazing. I'm just telling you, where do you put them at? Everywhere. You put them suckers everywhere. Not, I hear people, I only put them at the end of the subdivision. I never put them at the end of the subdivision because there's only 100 people live at the end of that subdivision. I put them out at the main road where there's 10,000 people going by that sucker a day. That's where I'm putting them at. And I'm putting them at the next intersection and the next intersection and the next intersection and the next intersection. Because there's 10,000 people going past there. I'm putting them by the school where there's hundreds of high-end clients that are at the high-end school. I'm putting them at not the Walmart because most Walmart people ain't got no money. So I'm putting them at the high-end Starbucks. Maybe I put one in the drive-through. I'm the $10 Starbucks. It used to be $5 Starbucks, but now it's $10. So the $10 coffee, right? That's where I'm putting it. Because if they're willing to spend $10 on coffee, they're willing to buy my stuff for my pressure washing or Christmas lights. And so I put them suckers out everywhere. My goal would be, if I was you, to put out 200 a month. 50 a week is what your goal should be. A lot of times I tell you 25 a week, but your goal really should be 50 a week. That way, 50 signs are going out every week. That is what you need to do. Yard signs at the DMV, the malls, the banks, the churches. If there's a big mega church, that's a great place. People going in and out of there. Anywhere that there's a lot of people, that's where you want to be putting those yard signs out. And here's the thing. You just never know where that one yard sign might get you the most business. And you never know what that yard sign might be, the return on investment. It might be a big apartment complex that you're getting off of this stupid yard sign. It might be 10 jobs down for the next year. With Christmas lights, they might be a $10,000 customer that you service for 5 years. That's $50,000 off of a $3 yard sign. I will take that all day long. Just put them out until the city tells you to move them. I put them out until the city tells they're going to find me, because there's a lot of Karens out there that will be like, this is the city and you're not supposed to do it. So you can do what you want to do, but that's what I would do. Definitely want to make sure you want to do that. So let's see what all we got going on in here. Who all else we got? If you got any questions on Christmas lights, put them down in the comments or even in pressure washing. Get me on before the start of the season. Hit the thumbs up button. Is it okay to offer Christmas lights through Wash Business, or should I be creating a new business I can't talk for the pressure Christmas lights? Well, here's the deal. If you want to show up in Google, you need to do it as its own business. If you don't care about showing up in Google Business, then you can keep doing what you're doing. Trying to close some last second Christmas lights in July leads. We are here. Sorry I'm late. Busy day. Christian Rowe is a beast. Look mine up and see what you think. He's doing a good job. Well done. Thank you for the 5-star review. Appreciate that. What do you think about BNI groups? I think they work great. I think they can be amazing. I think they can also suck. It depends on what group you're in. What I would tell you is you're allowed to go to groups 3 times. I would tell you to go to 3 groups, 2 or 3 different. If you're going to join, go to 2 or 3 groups and try it out 3 different times to see who's giving referrals and who's not. And if you go to a group that's giving you referrals right out of the get-go, that's probably not a bad looking group. The other thing too is if you're in the commercial side, don't forget about other things of like apartment association. Those are also awesome and get you a lot of businesses also. Hey, Jason, need your help figuring out with the Google Console thing. I just did a video on it. If anybody's seen that, I did it over on the Christmas light page. When can you get me in? Probably Friday. The giveaway house are great training houses for new installers. They go up in September. Yard signs at intersections or yard signs in the houses you clean. Both, to be honest. Both works great. I would do both. I put it in the yard and I would put it in at the end, because you want them to see that sign, right? So the goal is it takes 10 touches for someone to buy. So the goal is when they're pulling in the subdivision, they see your sign. When they pull past your house, they see the sign. When you did your 5 around, if you're not busy, you did your 100 around, they seen the door hanger. When they go to leave, they see the yard sign in the neighbor's yard. When they go out to the end of the subdivision, they see the yard sign again. It is a constant reminder that there is something of pressure washing, right? Pressure washing on the yard signs. Pressure washing. We're just trying to hit that. Hey, you need pressure washing. And if you want to take a step farther, if you're in that neighborhood and you're really trying to hit a neighborhood, then you put a Facebook ad that's just in that neighborhood or just around that neighborhood of Facebook, of pressure washing, because we are hammering down with pressure washing so people know what they need to do. And as Nathan said earlier, you're throwing your money away if you're not answering your phone, and you're also throwing your money away if you're not following up. You need to follow up. Did you know it takes 12 to 13 times for a customer to buy once you've given them the quote? So you got to follow up. As I teach in the DISC program, you will learn that the type S and type C personality will not normally buy right away. They're not, and if you push them, it'll actually piss them off. And so it's one of those things that is why you got to follow up 12 times, because that type of personality makes up 80% of the people. And so 80% of the people don't want to make a decision right away. And so that is why it is important that you go out there and you follow up, and not just one time, not just by a text, not just by an email. You need to follow up. You need to follow up the next day and call them and say, hey, did you get my bid? Right? You will be surprised if you're just emailing a bid that how many people won't get the bid. And so you might have spelled it wrong. Um, you might have spelled it wrong. What else is there? You may have went to their spam. They might not have known it was you, so they never opened up the bid and they're waiting on a bid. And all it takes is a simple phone call and say, hey, I was just checking to see if you got our bid. So that way you know that they got their bid. And then you can ask, do they have any questions that might need to be? And then you can be like, do you want to do it on Friday, right? And so those are things that you want to do of following up. Following up is key. Most people don't follow up. Most people don't answer their phone. So that's what separates you and from your competitors. Everybody's worried about their competitors, but most of your competitors won't answer the phone, and they won't answer the phone, and they won't follow up. And so you got to follow up. Best headphones are Beat headphones are great answering the phone and keep working. Absolutely. Get a set of headphones. I got a really cool pair of sunglasses that work amazing. You can hear everything in your ear. There's no earbuds in your ears, it goes above it. So you can hear, and they can hear you. So get something so that way you can hear them and they can hear you. I was just wondering what you think about my website. What is your website? Yard signs, put them everywhere. Just put put them on until the city tells you to move. Yeah, we'll all know the mega churches have money. Yep. I know one of the churches around here does anywhere from about 25 to $50,000 for Christmas lights. So don't be afraid to ask them about for money, because they might have way more money than you think. Um, so that's something that you need to follow up. Yes, follow up. Um, all right. Let's see. I'm getting messages and everything else. I always answer the phone on the job. The phone goes into my back pocket on vibrate. It will get my attention. If I do miss it, I call back as soon as I see it. Just checked, and my GMB is finally up. Well, that's awesome. I know that feeling. That can be amazing, because here lately, it's a it's a pain in the butt to see if you can get that. Um, yeah, it can definitely be a pain in the butt. Michael, what do you think about door knocking for pressure washing? I think it's a great idea if you like to do it. I think you can definitely get business. I know Christian has been on, he was on here and he's been door knocking, and you can get lots of business doing door knocking. Is it easy? Nope. But is running a business easy? Nope. If you are slow, you need to do whatever you need to do to get business. And door knocking don't just have to be residential either. You can do commercial and try to get commercial work and get residential work and all kinds of stuff. Hey, Jason, long time lurker, first time commenter. Well, glad to see you, William. Where are you from, William? Where's everybody from? What's up? If I can ask an estimating question, how do you price large reefs 60 to 72 year after year? So honestly, it's going to depend on where you're getting your reefs at and how much you're spending. So the SAM reefs that I put up, or I tell people to put up, they're about $200, and I know people that are getting $400 to $600. Now, I also know people, if you don't like those reefs, you like the bigger, fuller reefs, you're going to pay $400 to $600 for these stupid reefs. So at that point, you're going to have to charge more. You're not even going to make money. So, and you're going to keep charging the same price because you still got to put it up. You still got to do all the work. The reason why I like the Sam's reeds is because they're affordable. $200. You can't get them till October, so you don't try to get them now. You can't get them till October, but you can definitely make a lot of money off of them. And so I know I've heard people, they don't last. I had mine for 5 years, and I kept putting them up year after year. Now, there's sometimes you got to go back and put some new bows on them, or you need to put some bulbs on them, or go get a big bow and put on them, make them look a little better. But I would definitely be willing to charge the four to five, $600 all day long. So that's definitely something that I would do. Make a list of year. Make a list this year of every business you see with Christmas lights up, and then next year go see them. Booked about 20,000 during this last season. Never be scared to cold call. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, you're exactly right. Make a list of every business to you see Christmas lights up. So go check out all the businesses that has Christmas lights up, and then next year, this year, go and ask them if they need Christmas lights. And guess what? You booked $20,000. It didn't cost you a thing, but it maybe going talking to a business. And guess what? Build that relationship with them. Set me up Friday then. Do you prefer selling or leasing lights to customer? What's your preferred business model? Neither one of those. My preferred disconnect. I don't mind disconnect.